10 days in Gilas preparation?
Not sure yet. I haven't seen the schedule. I know we're going to get 40 days at next year. We have to try to mix in Quentin QMB into the lineup, and he's a young guy that doesn't know the system yet, and we have to make sure we have realistic expectations for him. Don't get the expectations too high. He's going to come in and dominate right away. We'll have to see where Kai is in terms of availability. So there's a lot going on at this point, getting ready for the next window in Guam. And then from Guam, we have Australia and New Zealand, and we're going to have to be at the top of our game by the time we're ready to play in New Zealand and Australia. And hopefully that means the help of Kai, and the help means the Guam window will be a time where QMB can really try to integrate into the team. Then we'll look year end and reassess the team going into the next year and see if there's any more changes beyond Quentin Brown that we might do. It's just like year end of end of season for any team. You take a look at your team. You know, what do we need? Are players getting older? Are there young players that we can maybe draft and pick up? Is there a free agent out there? Can we perhaps make a couple of trades? These are the things you go on with your regular club team, your PBA team. And these are the thoughts that since this team is a team of continuity, the Gilas team takes the same kind of approach. At the end of the year, we'll take a look, do we need to make some changes? But we're not going to change, 8, 9 guys or something like that. That's crazy, because we have to start all over. We have a really good young core. If you think about it, outside of Dwight, who was 26, we have 5 guys or 6 guys that are under 24 years old. And that's Kai, that's AJ, that's Carl, Kevin, QMB, and somebody else. But all those guys are 24 years and younger. So they're young players still developing, not even close to their prime yet. And so that's a core that we're going to continue to work with. And then, you got Calvin, who's like 28, I think, and then you've got Scotty, who's 30. And beyond that, you've got some 30, Jumar, who's, a little older, and Nunu, who's a little older. But you want those little older guys because they show the way. They show how to prepare for a game. They show how to come to practice and get ready. They show the importance of paying attention to detail because they've learned these things as they've gotten older. Young players don't know a lot of these things. So you need veterans to show the way. And eventually those 6 guys, 7 guys will become the veterans. And when new guys come in, they'll be able to show the way to the new guys. And that's basically how you build a team and how you continue to build. And that's how you build Endeavor. That's how you build Alaska in the past or Sandbig Coffee. And that's what we're looking for with Gilas. We're very much aware that Nunu is, 35 or 36, and Justin's 37, and Jumar is 35 or 34. We know those guys are there, but they're there for a purpose. You just don't want to come with 12, 20-year-olds. It's tough because there's a lot for them to learn, and we want to win, and we want to develop. We want to win now, and yet we still want to develop and get better. And so the youth gives us a chance to continue to develop. And that size that we have, those guys, those 5 guys that we talked about, 6 guys that are, including Dwight. Dwight's 6'5", you've got Carl, who's 6'8", you got Kevin, who's 6'6", 6'7", you got AJ, 6'11", Q, 6'10", Kai 7'3". I mean, my gosh, you know, you've got tremendous size right there in that core. And imagine that core staying together for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, even 6 years. And that group goes from 24, 23 to 30, 31. And they're in the prime of their career. So it's an exciting young core that I'm excited to be around, and we're just trying to fit the right pieces around that core so that we can try to win now. But you know, we want to continue to develop as we go. You know, we don't want to have a hard ceiling. We want to keep pushing that ceiling up and keep moving forward at the same time. Because the moment we lose, everybody's angry and they want to change everything. You know, so it's important to win now. It really is. It's important to win now and show how good you can be. But you know, just like any other team, you know, that's the problem with Gilas. Is there's really unreal expectations. They expect you to win every game. You know, they expect you to beat Australia every time, or beat New Zealand every time, or even Chinese Taipei. They expect you to beat every time. If you know, you look at the club teams, the NBA, or us, we don't beat San Miguel every time. You know, we don't beat Blackwater every time. You know, once in a while we're going to get beat by them, and they're going to get better and better and better. Also, you know, they're working hard to improve. Chinese Taipei is working hard to improve. They're searching the world for their Philams, and which they did. They brought in a couple of guys from NCAA Division I players, and they got a great naturalized player, 7-foot naturalized player, and they built them around. They developed a good team. Middle Eastern teams are doing the same thing. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. So it's a competitive world out there, and it's hard to keep up with the Joneses. But we're doing our best, and we think with our young core, we can match up with anybody in Asia with our young core. But we haven't had our young core together yet. We've never had Kai and AJ playing the same game or even in the same practice. Never had them practice together since we've been together. Now we got Quentin will be a new addition, and he'll elevate the team. So it's a team that I don't think has seen their best game yet. You know, we haven't seen our best game or our best team together yet. And you know, knock on wood, you know, we don't run into a bunch of injuries or have something come unavailable or have availability issues, and we take this next year by storm by having this core all together and having AJ and Kai and Q together, getting Dwight, you know, healthy. Dwight was more healthy this time. He wasn't healthy when we were playing Chinese Taipei and New Zealand in that last window. He was not healthy, but he was healthy enough, and hopefully we can keep him healthy. And if we make additions or subtractions, those guys come in and make an impact. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm excited about the program. We've had a couple of setbacks that we're disappointed on. I'm really disappointed that we dropped in the rankings. I knew it was coming. It still hurt a lot to drop. We worked hard to get that ranking back up, and then we lost again. And ultimately, our ranking, we want to get our ranking into the top 20. Top 29. That's our first goal. Get it to the top 29, and then get it under 30, and then after that, see if we can get it under 25 and into the 20s. That's our goal.
Is Quentin already playing in November window?
Yes, we assume he is. Yes.
Is he under contract with Is he under contract with other teams?
I know he's in Japan at the moment, but I don't know if he's under contract yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know if he's eligible in Japan yet because I think I honestly don't know. So maybe I shouldn't say. So you guys got to figure that out for yourself. I really don't know. I'd be talking off the top of my head and may get it wrong, and then his agent's going to call me and get all mad at me. So bottom line is that I know he's in Japan. and we've been communicating with him, and he's working with Patrick Bertosa, our analytic guy, and our video guy. They're sending videos back and forth, triangle stuff, so he can try to get a head start. But I don't know if he's actually playing with the team yet, or if he signed a contract with anybody over there. But he is apparently very excited about playing in November.
Just to clarify, is QND the only change or addition to the lineup?
Yeah, but it's more of an addition at this point. It's like a add. I hate this term, but add to the pool. We haven't removed anybody. He's just added in, and also Kai. You know, if Kai comes back healthy, obviously he'd be another change from the 12 guys. So those are decisions we'll have to make, but we don't need to make them now, so there's no reason for us to make them now. So, but we're just adding them in, and we'll decide later, you know, who the final 12 will be.
Coach, the Asian Games, no more conflict like in the SEA Games, right?
No. In fact, they're giving us 40 days for the Asian Games. You know, that's the hard part. We're defending we're defending a gold medal right now, so the expectations are going to be high. I don't know yet of the availability of the Japanese players, players from Japan or the Korea. Honestly, I don't know. They're not under Fiba regulations to play in Asian Games, so I'm not sure of their availability. But I'm hoping it would be great if we could keep that team intact and go straight into the Asian Games. That would be fun. We'd really enjoy that. That would be coming from, I think, a trip down to Australia and New Zealand. Then we come back and have like 10 days of practice, and then go to the Asian Games. So we have the prep for the New Zealand, for the window, play the window, and then we come straight back and continue to prep for the Asian Games. So that's really a huge advantage that the PBA has given to us, giving us 40 days off. The only thing is that everybody's going to have 40 days off except for me. I'm a little bummed out about that. I'd like to take those 40 days off. But it's so much more important, and in the long run, it's so much more fun that I could do if I was like visiting family in the States. You know, doing this kind of stuff is a lot more fun.